Good evening, folks. I'm Shane Rooney, also known as the Peaky blogger. With the help of Racing Records and Betting World Tips, we're bringing a very special episode to you today. I'm in Lawrencetown, slap bang in the centre of hurling stronghold Portumna and Horsetown Ballinasloe. I'm in the yard of Shane Ryder, where his flat handicapper, a few bob short, may put us all a few bob up. This here is a few bob short. Hopefully it'll send Shane Ryder into the winner's enclosure for this year's in Galway Festival. He's previously won mile 4 around Galway before, so hopefully with the help of God he'll be able to do the same again. Shane Ryder. We just have a few questions for Shane. Shane, how did all this come about, and where did love for horses, I suppose, begin?
I suppose we always had horses here. The father had an interest, and I suppose that's where we got ours. I have a twin brother, Stephen, and the two of us, I suppose, riding ponies around here when we were younger, and the father nursed a horse back from injury for a mate of his who was going back into training on the Curragh with a man called John Hayden. And John Hayden came down to pick him up and asked myself and the brother would we like to come up to his place. So that was the start of it. We went up for a week in the summer. Before we knew it, we were going up every day off. We had holidays, Easter, Christmas, summer. We spent our childhood up there, and we learned how to ride up there, and we got the bug. I finished secondary school, then I done equine science in Limerick. So I suppose at that stage there was no turning back. Yeah,
that's it. And you actually race rode then for a couple of years then after that, didn't you?
Yeah, the brother was a conditional. I stayed amateur.
Okay.
So I worked for, spent a summer in Dermot Wells, Mick Halford's, Pat Fahey's. Rode a nice winner for Pat Fahey, Jennifer Joe. Got a good buzz for that, his fellow Galway man. He was good to me, a good supporter. Spent time with Dusty Shee when he was going really well. He had some really nice horses at the time, and Tony Mullins. And at that stage, then I said I'd bite the bullet.
Yeah.
And go out on my own.
Yeah, that's it. And I suppose between riding your first winner and training your first winner, I suppose they're probably both elations, but they could be completely different styles.
It's at the time of your life, I suppose. At that stage, all I wanted was to ride horses and a dream of riding a winner, and I suppose that's what motivates you. When it happened, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I can't say training my first winner was any sweeter than riding the first one.
Okay.
But at the time, riding the winner meant everything to me. When I trained my first winner, I suppose that meant everything to me. I suppose it depends where you are in your life. I hear trainers saying they get more of a kick out of training a winner, and so I can understand that. Yeah. There's a lot of work goes into it at home, and there's hours of pain. Yeah. And for 5 minutes, what do they say? Train horses. It's an hour's pain for a minute's glory, and there's a lot of truth in it.
Yeah, that's it. And I suppose even like the winner in your own name as well, that must be something special as well.
It was nice, and sure, look at it. Everyone needs a winner. There's no one going to get on in this game without winners. You need to have them in a regular flow of them if possible.
Yeah, like Galway in particular has been very sweet with you. Patty a few years ago, 20-1 when he was in your yard. And a few bob short there last year in the September festival. Just how much does Galway mean to you?
Look, I suppose Galway means a bit more to a Galway trainer than anyone else. And to train a winner at the festival was, to me, it was the same as training a winner in Cheltenham. I'll probably never train. I'd say never say never, but the chance of me training a winner in Cheltenham were slim.
Yeah.
The chance of me training a winner at the Galway festival were slim. Yeah. So to have accomplished it is just, we say, a monkey off the back of a Galway trainer. Yeah. You can always say it had a winner at the festival.
Yeah, that's it. And like you said earlier on, you experienced plenty of highs in horse racing, and as the saying goes, there's probably plenty of lows as well. Is there any points in particular, say the high points and low points of racing for you?
I suppose there's a lot more lows than highs, but I suppose John Blahan is a good out supporter of mine. He'd always send an out store over here, and we've been lucky in the past with the likes of Mr. Miyagi and Noah Hasselhoff and Art Letton. Went over to Dan Skelton's, and more recently Gabby Knackle. And I get a kick out of watching them in England. Gabby Knackle now actually came home. He's in Gavin Cromwell's, but expect big things out of him. And I get a kick out of watching them go on and hopefully fulfill their potential.
Okay.
And of course, having a winner out of here is always a little bit special too. But the thing about this game is you have a winner, and half an hour later you're looking for the next one.
Yeah. And just going on to the point about Galway again, a few bob short, I suppose, to me, I'd consider your probably best shout at the festival. He absolutely came alive last year. Just how special was it, like, for a horse that was consistently placing but not getting his head in front to actually doing the job and doing the business?
Sure, look, he was a little bit frustrating without being frustrating. We were delighted with him every time he ran. He was hitting the crossbar, but to actually get his nose in front was a big relief. And then when he did it, he got the hang of it. He done it a few more times for us. And to do it in Galway was just a little bit more special.
And just before we go, with all the racing going on for the 7 days, is there a particular race you would like to train a winner in? Say Galway Hurdle, Galway Plate, anything like that?
Sure, look, at everyone dreams of winning races like that. For me, it is a dream. It's very hard taking on the likes of Willie and Gordon and Jessica Harrington and Henry de Bromwich. They have the big owners, and chances are they're going to end up with the big horses on the day. But look, you never know, anything can happen in this game. That's the beauty of the National Hunt game. There's room for everyone, and all you need is a bit of luck.
Okay. Well, look, thanks very much, Shane. Now, folks, that's all we have time for now today. We're going straight from Mahon's, straight from Riders to Mahon's, and hopefully there'll be plenty more excitement along the way. Going on to Galway itself, what does the festival mean to you? Say, as a trainer, that's, you could say, only up the road from Ballybrit itself, and is there a particular race over the 7 days that you'd most like to win?
Well, I won't be winning the Galway Hurl or the Galway Plate because I haven't got anything in it. But yeah, it would be nice at some stage and some time in my life to win one of either of them two. But look, I don't really mind a winner in Galway. It's nice to have a winner in Galway, and I've been very lucky in Galway. And I think I've had about 14 winners in Galway, so it's been a lucky hunting ground for me, thank God.
Just coming to a close here now, what horses would you be most excited about over the coming season? I know Sizen Malbay is running credibly now. Stormy put in a great effort in Roscommon. Dorn's Pride Dorn's River. Dorn's River.
Lord of mercy on them.
Yeah. They've all been well able to run the race, but is there anything that's sort of catching your eye at the minute?
Yeah, look, it's been a funny year, as everybody. They don't need me to say it. Like, it's a bit of a stop-start. We're sort of going, and normally, you'd have your races won by this time. You'd have everything set up, but it's been a funny year for me because I sort of was bringing them along, and then we stopped, and then we started, and some horses went out, and then we got word we were going ahead again. Then horses was brought back in again, and it's been a bit of a, like, for everybody, like not just me or owners or horses, but it's been a bit of a funny year for, like, to what's happened in the world, but it just goes to show you, like, what can happen in the world. But with the COVID-19, like, it's mucked up an awful lot of things, like, but unfortunately some people have lost their lives over it, and I suppose that's more important than racing, so it's, I look at it, I should have a nice team of horses going there, but as I say, it'll be more handicaps and that, and I've a few nice bumper horses that I bought there recently in the middle of the lockdown that go well. Would have liked to probably got a run under the belt going into Galway, but that's just their fitness wasn't allowing me. So I've been sort of aiming for them in Galway, So I've a few nice horses to go to Galway, and hopefully if we can get one winner, it'll make all the difference,
Yeah, that's it.
So it's and then like as you hear there now this morning, the weather has changed, and that's going to play a big factor.
Yeah.
Like if it comes up soft in Galway, well, I've no chance.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, it's been a stop-start year, and we've probably missed the best of the good ground in lockdown, So hopefully now the weather picks up and the ground is nice in Galway, but at the present moment you think you're coming into winter.
Here we are, folks. Galway races. Some people like Cheltenham, some people like Aintree, others Ascot, and more Epsom. But what do they have that Galway doesn't? Absolutely nothing. I scrapped the whole lot just to be right here. Ballybrit. As Christy Moore once said, some head off to the exotic places. We love the Galway races. Here we are. We're talking to the General Manager, Mike Maloney. So folks, here we are. The long journey down, and we're in Ballybrit, the holy grail of national hunt racing and indeed flat racing in Ireland. I'm glad to be joined here today by Michael Maloney, General Manager of the Galway Racecourse itself. Michael, thanks very much for coming on.
No problem.
Just, I suppose, describe the protocols that had to be put in place to make sure that the 7 days of Galway went along this year.
Yeah, look, it's a very different festival this year. We obviously announced in April that we were going to be behind closed doors. Unfortunately, it's probably the worst day in the job that I've had so far, is to push that button to make that decision. So ever since then, it's been a very different build up to what we're used to. We're here 2 weeks before the festival, and it's very strange to look around the enclosure and to see it empty. Yeah. Normally this time of the year, there'd be hundreds of people on site, marquees going up. You'd probably have alcohol starting to arrive, food starting to arrive. Everyone would be here, so it's a very surreal feeling. It doesn't feel like the second week of July. But look, I suppose we all know why we're here, and we're just glad to be racing. We're very fortunate to have the 7 days, and being delighted to be able to support the industry by putting on those 7 days racing. There still is really good prize money, and I suppose prize money is what makes the racing industry go around. And thanks to Horse Racing Ireland, there's still 1.6 million euros in prize money on offer over the 52 races. The Galway Plate worth 200,000, and the Galway Herd worth 200,000 as well. So look, we're still looking forward to some really good racing. I know a lot of people are targeted in Galway. We've had a nice drop of rain in the last couple of days, so ground is in great condition. Jerry Broderick, our foreman, has it looking well. So all in all, from a racing perspective, things are still preparing well, and we've lots of opportunity for people to get involved in terms of RT will be here, Galway Bay FM, Racing TV, and our team in the office have put on a great job, and to give people the opportunity to get nuggets of what's happening here in Ballybrit during the week, so people can enjoy it from at home.
Yeah, that's it. And speaking as a Galway man, Ballybrit itself holds a strong place in my heart. I think is possibly one of the most unique race meetings you can find between Ireland and indeed the UK. But I suppose for those who mightn't actually know itself, just what makes Galway so unique?
Yeah, I think look, we're very fortunate. We're so close to Galway City, which is a hugely popular destination. So I think the proximity of the racecourse to the city is certainly been a great advantage. We've been, we race in the height of the summer. It's holiday season. People come down to the west of Ireland. They're coming here to have a good time. Everybody's in a good mood. The opening day in the festival, from really you could be here on site at 6 o'clock, and there's already a sense of anticipation. There's an atmosphere building, and everybody. If you have a sunny day on the first day, everybody's here. They're in great form. There's a huge crowd here, and they're looking forward to what's to come. They meet people that they haven't seen since last year at the races. They're coming here to meet their friends. Groups of people are coming from around the country, from around the world even, to participate in it. So I think that's what really makes it special. It's a festival atmosphere. While the racing is a huge part of it, the social aspect to Galway is obviously massive as well. Be it Ladies' Day or right throughout the week, there's something on offer for many different age groups. It's a unusual an event that you can go to, that you can have everybody from age 2 to 92, and everybody's here having a good time, and you can meet your son or your daughter or your mother or your father, so it is a unique festival. But I think that's what makes it all part and parcel of what we have to offer, and that's why it's such a great event.
Yeah, that's it. And people, I suppose, that wouldn't go to Galway that much wouldn't, I suppose, appreciate what the festival does each year. To those who don't know, Galway, the racecourse itself, they offer something different each year, whether it's an addition onto the grandstand or an addition to the tote office that I'm looking over there. So Michael, what's the plan for next year when hopefully racing gets back open to the public again? What would you like to see Galway open up again?
Yeah, look, I suppose we had, we obviously work once the festival is over. We start straight away to see, what we can do, where we can improve to the following year. And, we obviously we were into January and February, and we had lots of new plans in place heading into this summer that are, probably sitting on the shelf a little bit now. So we'll be very quickly pulling those out. I think one of the things that we're really keen to get involved going forward is probably the younger age group. It's something maybe we've missed out on over the last couple of years. Historically, Galway is a real family festival. You see the centre of the course and people having picnics, and I think that's something that we probably need to think about going forward, and try and attract those younger people to get them involved in racing, and they're essentially our customers of the future. So that's one of the big ones. I suppose at the end of the day we also have some big development plans for around the parade ring itself. Unfortunately, again, probably on hold for a year or two, but we're still working away in the background with those, and there's some amazing plans. So we hope over the next couple of years that they'll come to fruition. But I think, like you said, you have to keep adding something new every year to make people keep coming back. People expect a little bit more, a little bit better, and that's what we always trying to do, is try and offer that little bit more if we can.
Yeah, that's it. And being the general manager yourself, there's surely a race that sticks out in your mind. Is there any particular race over the past however many years you've been involved in Galway that sort of sticks with you, I suppose, sentimentally?
Yeah, look, I think I always, for me, it's standing up. I sometimes I watch the races from the steward's stand. So when you see a tight finish coming around the home bend and there's 30,000 people cheering on their horse, that makes it special for me. There's some unusual things that have happened here. You take the likes of Miss United after having won the Galway Hurdle, and the following year running and winning in Goodwood. It was such a strange atmosphere to see so many people cheering on a horse in Goodwood, and it was so things like that make it amazing. Horse like Clondalk Warrior winning, that was a great reception coming back into the enclosure. But I suppose I've been around for a long time. There's been such great days. It's just about the atmosphere when you get a big group of owners that are thrilled to be here, first of all, and when they have a winner, then it's even better. So there's lots of great memories, and hopefully a lot more to come.
Yeah, that's it. And just before we go, As the manager himself, you probably heard a few whispers going around, say possible declarations and all that for particular races. Is there any race that's looking particularly hot at the minute?
Well, thankfully I'm not a trainer because that wouldn't be my forte. But yeah, no, look, obviously we have the entries for the big races coming up this week. So, really looking forward to seeing those. I suppose they're the competitive races. They're the features. I suppose it's been an unusual year in terms of targeting horses at Galway, and obviously the lack of national hunt racing. But I think HRI did a great job in putting on a national hunt campaign in advance of Galway to give people an opportunity to get here. So look, I leave the betting to the clever guys like you, and I'll hopefully have the ground in order and give them the best opportunity when they come here.
That's it. Well, I suppose talking about the ground, I think we're coming near the end of this, I suppose, interview piece, whatever you like to call it. Would you just mind, say, if we took a few, say, scenic shots of the course itself?
Oh yeah, no, delighted for you to have a look around. As I say, it's a little bit different this year, but the track is in great order. The rail has just started to go out, and we're all set for this Monday week.
Okay. Well, lads, there you have it. Thanks to Michael for talking to us there today. I'm standing here where hopefully plenty of owners will be standing come the next 2 weeks. I know it's a different time and a difficult time for an awful lot of people, but thankfully, with the help of Michael and the team, that Galway itself didn't dampen their spirits to call off the meeting. But we'll leave you now with a few scenic shots of the course. So here we are, lads. There'll be plenty of people standing here. Whether it's multiple times or just the once, it's always special. Personally, for me, my fancy of the week would be Snugsborough Benny, should he go for the Galway plate. Who can forget that time 2 years ago when he was 30 lengths down coming into the final turn and powered up to win the Galway Blazers. I tell you something, lads, Snugsborough Benny could be there again. So folks, there you have it. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this programme here today. First of all, I'd like to thank Racing Records, especially Dean Hegarty and Ryan Sharkey for both recording and producing the content. I'd like to thank the sponsor, Betting Tips World, for making sure that the funding was all paid for. Let me think. The trainer Steve Mahan and Shane Ryder for allowing us to video their facilities, and most importantly the supporters of both Racing Records and the Peaky Blogger. Without you, all this couldn't have come about there today. But the real question is, when you look down there and see the horses coming along, who is going to emerge in front? Will it be Stormy? Will it be Sizen Malbay up the inside? Or will a few Bob Short finish best of all? That's a question nobody really knows until 2 weeks' time. So folks, make sure if you like the video to like it on Facebook and YouTube, share it, subscribe, whatever you need to do. Get the word out there. The Peaky Blogger and Racing Records, the two best racing journalists you can find out there.